there are a couple of reasons that your CSS is not going to apply on the browser. So for example, you see I have this web page here. Right here inside of the head, if I want to add some CSS, I can use a style tag. And basically, let's say that we want to style this page 1. So it's always a good idea to give it a class name. So give it a class name. I'm going to call it my header. All right. And I'm going to type in dot my header inside of the CSS. So if your selector is correct, it should work. So text-align center. So you see my selector is correct. So you see when you add a class name to it, you can add dot my header. So add the name of the selector. Make sure that it is the correct name. So if it's the correct name, it should work. There are some other reasons that your style may not be applied. Here's another example. So let's say that we have given it a class name, and let's say that we have given it an ID. So I have an ID there. Let me call it my header. So same thing, but this one, you see it has an ID. Now if I select the ID, so if I selected hashtag my header, for example, and if I change this align to left, so text-align, if I say left, you'll notice that this time this header overrides it. So you see, if you have an ID has more points. So ID is, when you give it an ID, you are giving it a more powerful name. So that's why you see now the ID is applied. Now you might be saying, okay, it comes after it because it's cascading style sheet. But no, it's not that. So that's not the case. So if I just cut this ID and place it before it, you'll notice that even though this one, the class comes after this ID, the ID takes over. So what should I do in a case like this if you want your code to work? Well, you should add the word important to the class. So if you see right here, like this, you can add a space here and say important. So when you add this word right after it, you see when you add this exclamation and you say important, it means override. So ignore all of the other styles and only apply it with this line. All right, so this one has important, so that's why you see now this class overrides this ID. And right now you see I'm using the style here. So what if I just come here? So I can say style, and let's say that I'm going to say text align right. So if I say right, you see, even though I set it to right, you see, because I have added this important here, you see, this one is not going to override this class name. So this style is not working right now because I have used the word important here. All right, so this is how you basically override your style. And in some cases, you see, if you are using an external sheet, so let me just open the Explorer. So let's say that we want to make an external sheet. So I'm going to click on a new file, and I'm going to name it my style.css. You can name it anything you want, but I'm going to basically name it my style.css. And I'm going to move my style from here. So if you want to separate your style sheet, what you'll need to do is that you'll need to copy this whole thing from here, but you're not going to copy the style tag, and you're going to paste it here. All right, so we have pasted it inside of this CSS file, and I'm going to get rid of this style tag. So now you see, if you have not added the name of your style sheet correctly, it's not going to be applied. So inside of the head, what you'll need to do is that you will need to simply link it. So lesson sign link href. So href, and then we are going to say my style.css, and then what is the relation? So rel, the relation is style sheet. So style sheet, just like that. So you see now our style is back. Now my header is has been centered, and now I can prove it to you that it's working. So I can change the color to yellow, and you see it has been changed to yellow. And right now, because we have added or linked the style sheet correctly, it's working for us. Now you see, if you add, for example, a wrong name for your style, so you see this is where some people might have a problem. So for example, they may not type in the name of the CSS file correctly. So the name has to match your CSS style sheet, and right here you see the relationship has to be style sheet. All right, everyone, so I hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to like the video, everyone, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll be here to help you all.